crocheters! I hope you're having a great day so far. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful rose garden chunky sweater. It's quite easy and it's an oversized fit, and I hope you all like it and find the tutorial very helpful. Now without further ado, let's dive into it. Here's the overview of all the materials used for this project. First of all, we have the yarn. It's called Charisma Tweed Hues by Loops and Threads. I used 7 skeins in total, and the hook size is 8 mm for the body and 7 mm for the collar. Now let's work on the body panels. We'll start with the bottom ribbings. First, make a slip knot and then chain 8. Yarn over, insert hook into the second chain from the hook and then make a half double crochet. For the first row, we'll make 7 half double crochets in total. After finish row 1, chain 1, turn, and then make 6 half double crochet back loops only, and on the last stitch we make a half double crochet on both loops. Starting from row 3, we just repeat row 2 and make a ribbing at your desired width. I made 32 rows in total and it's about 22.5 inches long. After we finish the ribbing, we'll start work on the body part, and it will be working along the long side of the ribbing. First, we'll chain 2 and double crochet on the same stitch. Afterwards, we'll double crochet evenly along the long side. On every 2 rows of the half double crochets, I'll make 3 double crochets. So, with 32 rows on the ribbing, I ended up having 48 stitches for row 1 of the body. This is how it looks like when you finish row 1. Now let's work on row 2. First we chain 1 and then we turn. Half double crochet on each stitch until we reach the end. Now let's work on row 3. First we chain 2 and then turn, double crochet back loop only on each stitch until we reach the end. And for this sweater, the chain 2 at the beginning of each row does not count as a stitch. Here's what it looks like when you finish row 3. Now we come to row 4. Chain 1, turn, and single stitch on each stitch until we reach the end. Now we come to row 5. It's a double crochet row, so chain 2, turn, and then double crochet on each stitch until we reach the end. Row 6 is half double crochet rows, so again we'll chain 1, turn, and then half double crochet on each stitch until reach the end. Starting from row 7, we will repeat row 3 to 6 until row 20, which would be a single crochet row. Or if you want it longer, you can put more rows on it. Once you have enough rows, we'll start to work on the neckline. For neckline and shoulders, we will count 18 stitches from both sides and place a stitch marker. Or if your sweater is wider, then you can count more stitches on both sides. For row 21, we'll start from here until we reach the stitch marker. We start with chain 2 and then turn, double crochet along the side until we have 2 stitches left. We will then make a decrease on the last 2 stitches. Two double crochets together on the last 2 stitches, and we have 1 decrease. Move on to row 22, chain 1, turn, and then half double crochet on each stitch until you reach the end. On row 23, we have another decrease, so chain 2, turn, double crochet back loops only until you have 2 stitches left, and then make a decrease. On row 24 and 5, we just follow the pattern with no decreases. After you finish, leave a long tail for sewing. For the other side of the shoulder, we attach yarn and repeat row 21 to 25 on the other side. And remember, on this side, you start the decrease on the first 2 stitches of row 21 and 23. And because we have 2 decreases, so at the end of the row we'll have 16 stitches for the shoulder. On the back panel, we start the neckline from row 24, and the stitch count should match with the front panel. So here I have 16 stitches on each shoulder. Now we've come to the sleeves. We'll start with the cuffs and then work in rounds upwards. Again, we'll start with the slip knot and then chain 8. For the first row, we single crochet from the second chain from the hook, and we will have 7 single crochets in total. Chain 1, turn, and we start the second row by placing 6 single crochets back loops only in each stitch, and then single crochet on both loops on the last stitch. Repeat row 2 until you reach the desired length, or 16 rows for this size. When you have enough rows, fold the cuff in half and then align the stitches. Snip stitch along the short side to connect both ends. Now let's start row 1. First we chain 1 and then we single crochet on each row. I have 16 rows, so there will be 16 stitches. When I finish 16 stitches on this row, I notice a small gap, so I add another single crochet to this row and ended up having 17 in total. Now let's start row 2. First we chain 2, it doesn't count as a double crochet as well, and then we place 2 double crochets on each stitch along the row and join with the slip stitch. We will have 34 double crochets for this row. Join the round and we'll come to row 3. On row 3, we'll be working on the wrong side. First chain 1 and then turn. Half double crochet on each stitch until you reach the end and join with the slip stitch. You have 34 half double crochets in total. Because the chain 1 or chain 2 at the beginning of the row does not count as a stitch, so you have to place another stitch on here. Just make sure you check the stitch count when you're turning. Moving on to row 4, we chain 2 and turn back to the right side. Double crochet back loops only on each stitch and then join with a slip stitch. Row 5 is a single crochet row working on the wrong side. Row 6 is a double crochet row working on the right side. It's basically just following the pattern of the body panel. On row 7, we have the half double crochet rows working on the wrong side again. As you can see, we have a little bit of bubble sleeve shape on this one, so we'll do some decrease on row 8 to form the shape. Starting with chain 2, we turn, and 6 double crochet back loops only, and then 1 decrease. Next, we'll do 7 double crochets back loops only, and then 1 decrease. Repeat the previous 2 decreases, and then join with the slip stitch to end row 8. After finish, we'll have 30 stitches in total for row 8. Starting from row 9, we'll just repeat the pattern with no decreases until row 21 or the desired length for your arms. Make 2 sleeves and then leave a very long tail for sewing. When I finish all the parts, I just connect them with the stitch markers and try it on. I think it fits me perfectly, so I'll just put everything down and starting to sew them together. For sewing, we'll start with the shoulders and then work on the sleeves and then the side of the body. I usually use the matches stitch, but you can choose whatever method you like. Just keep in mind to align all the stitches when you're sewing. When I finish the sewing, I always tie the knot to make sure that it won't slip open in the future. Moving on to the sleeves. First, you lay the sleeve flat and then you count the rows and place a stitch marker to make sure the front side and the back side are equal. Also, make sure to put the seam in the underarm area so the turning parts of each row won't show on the surface. After you finish the sleeves, just continue working along the side of the body until you reach the bottom ribbings. Now we have all the parts connected, let's work on the collar. We'll switch to a 7mm hook and start from the right side of the back panel. Join the yarn and then single crochet around the neck. On the sides of the neckline, I will usually put 2 single crochets on 1 double crochet and then 1 single crochet on all other stitches. I hope you can understand what I mean here because we are working on the side of the stitches and not the top of them, so we'll have to make some rules to make the stitches even. When you come to the other side of the neckline, just make sure you have the same number of stitches, so your neckline is symmetric. When you finish row 1, join with the slip stitch and start row 2. On row 2, we will do some decreases. Chain 1, 4 single crochets and 1 decrease. We'll put 2 single crochets together to form a decrease, like this. Repeat this process. Every 4 single crochets, we'll do 1 decrease until we have reached the end of the row and join with the slip stitch. After we finish row 2, we'll start the collar ribbing. First we chain 4, then single crochet on second chain from the hook. There will be 3 single crochets in total. Then we slip stitch on the next 2 stitches. After the 2 slip stitches, just turn directly without chain 1, and then we will single crochet back loops only on the next 2 stitches, and then 1 single crochet on both loops on the last stitch. Then chain 1, turn again, single crochet back loops only on the next 3 stitches, slip stitch on the next 2 stitches on the neckline, and then turn and repeat until we reach the end of the round. After we finish the last row of the collar, slip stitch on the first stitch of the round and then cut the yarn. Join both ends of the collar and weave in all the ends. And when you finish everything, congratulations! You have yourself a nice sweater. If you have any questions about anything, just leave me a comment down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video tutorial. Give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you like my designs. This is all for the Rose Garden Chunky Sweater. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!